In this video, we're going to go over some of the hottest books coming out for the week of September 6th. And the first book on our list is Poison Ivy number 14. Now, this is the first appearance of a brand new villain. Synopsis reads, back in Gotham City as Poison Ivy investigates the inner workings of a strange new skyscraper in Gotham, she finds herself up to her neck in a surreal and slimy mystery. And at its center, a brand new villain in the Poison Ivy pantheon of rogues. So we'll have to kind of see and follow this book, who this villain's going to be. Perhaps it's this character, this person on the main cover. Let's head over to the League of Comic Geeks, and I'm seeing 6 different variants here, and already, I'm going to tell you, I like these. I got 2 David Nakayama variants here with that kind of sexy looking version of Poison Ivy, a 1 in 50 cardstock variant, which looks great. And then I have a Serg Acuna cardstock variant, a little more of a scary, evil looking Poison Ivy. Definitely some great looking variant covers here. But if you're picking this book up for the speculation purposes for this brand new villain, I would stick with cover A, the main cover for the week of September the 6th. And if you like these videos, please give us a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. And the second book on our list is Blue Beetle number 1. Now, this is the first appearance of the Blood Scarab. So a new character in the Blue Beetle universe. Jamie Ray's graduation is over, but his new life in Palmyra City as the Blue Beetle has only just begun. With 2 new Beetles to train in Dynasties and Nitida, Jamie has his hands full navigating being a leader. Thankfully, he has Paco and Brenda by his side as they settle in at Palmyra State University. But what lurks in the shadows of Blue Beetle's new home, and what does it mean for the Blue Beetle legacy? Let's head over to the League of Comic Geeks, and I'm seeing 8 different variants here, and automatically the 2 variants I like the best are the Pablo Villalobos variant and then the Spectral Comics San Diego Comic-Con variant. 2 really dynamic looking Blue Beetle covers. And you also have a Spanish language version variant, which I think is kind of cool. Take a look at some of these other variants here. If you're a variant specialist collector, definitely a lot to pick from. But once again, if you're speculating on this first appearance, I would stick with the regular cover, cover A. And the third book on our list is Birds of Prey number 1. Now, this is the new Birds of Prey roster of Black Canary, Big Barda, Harley Quinn, Cassandra Cain, and Zealot. Fantastic looking cover with all these characters on that cover. Synopsis reads, breaking hearts and faces, the Birds of Prey are back. Every mission matters. Every life saved is a miracle, but this time it's personal. Black Canary is faced with a personal mission brought to her by a mysterious new ally, and up against near impossible odds, she reforms the Birds of Prey with an unrivaled group of badasses. Cassandra Cain, Big Barda, Zealot, and Harley Quinn. Great DC cover here, and let's take a look at some of the variants here. And there are several, there are 9, and I like this Big Barda Art Germ cover variant. This one's fantastic. You got a few Harley Quinn versions, obviously, in the soon Kamunaki variants, and then some other variant covers that have this new team, this new Birds of Prey roster on the cover. Have your pick with these variants here. Not really anything special with the variants as far as a new character. This is just a new roster. No one new is showing up, so I would stick with the original cover, cover A, if you're specking on this book for the week of September the 6th. And if you like this video, make sure you stay until the end where we go over some back issue recommendations and our pick of the week. And the last book for the week of September the 6th is Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance, Omega number 1. Now, this is the origin of the Stitcher, and if you remember in some of our previous videos, there was the Weapons of Vengeance Alpha number 1, and that was the first appearance of the Stitcher. So this book here is the origin, Logan and Johnny versus the Stitcher. All bad things must come to an end, but will Wolverine and Ghost Rider meet their untimely demise at the hands of the demonic force known as Stitcher? And who is the mysterious Father Pike? The secret behind the demon's birth is revealed as the fate of our heroes and the boy who started it all are sealed. So another great looking cover with Wolverine and Ghost Rider, 2 of my favorite Marvel characters. And let's head over to the League of Comic Geeks. Only 3 variants for this book, and my favorite might be this Scott Williams variant. You got Wolverine, Ghost Rider on the cover, obviously. Then you have this Clayton Crane variant which looks like Wolverine and Ghost Rider fighting on the cover. I actually think I might prefer this one. So if you're considering picking up Weapons of Vengeance Omega #1, I would consider this Clayton Crane variant. I think it's an awesome cover, two of my favorite characters. Make sure you check out this book for the week of September the 6th. And before we go to our pick of the week, we usually go to a back issue that we're going to recommend that represents great value for new collectors, younger collectors out there. We're going to do something a little different this week. I'm going to give you my top 5 books to buy to start your collection, and I want to keep each of these books under $100. And the first book I want to recommend is The Amazing Spider-Man 361. Now, you know we had to include an Amazing Spider-Man title, and this is a really affordable great key. Now, most of you probably know this is the first full appearance of Carnage, who is the offspring of Venom, and he's featured front and center on the cover. I love this cover. This is a super affordable issue. There's plenty of copies available. You can find this usually at comic book stores, at Comic-Cons, online, obviously. Now, this book is from 1992, so try to find a newsstand copy. I think that's going to serve you well long term. You want to find a copy that's got some really bright, vibrant colors and whites. And I think this is a great first book to start your collection. And the second book you got to pick up to start a collection, we need to go with Venom now. Amazing Spider-Man 316. Now, this is the third appearance of Venom, but it is the first full cover appearance of Venom. And this is a great cover. You got Venom over Spider-Man. Spider-Man 300, the first appearance of Venom, is a little bit of an expensive book, so I wanted something a little more affordable, but I think this is still a great issue. Now, this copy is from 1989, so once again, you're going to want to try to find a newsstand copy with the barcode in the lower left. So this is a great second book for you collectors out there. The second Spider-Man book that I'm recommending, Amazing Spider-Man 316. And the third book I want to recommend to start your collection, let's go to DC, Batman Beyond #1. Now, this is from March of 1999, and this is the first appearance of Terry McGinnis in a comic book. Now, please be aware there are several versions of this book, and what you want to look for is you want to find a copy of this book that has some kind of printing in the lower left box. If that's blank, that was a promotional edition, and that's not really the money book. You want to find the one that's got the barcode type pattern in that white box. So this is a great book, great DC key to add to your collection. You know, I wanted to include some Batman books, but the original Batman, Bruce Wayne, those books are a little bit too expensive. You know, you got books as old as the 30s and 40s. So I thought, let's go with something a little bit more modern. Batman Beyond #1. I love this animated series when it came out. You had the old Bruce Wayne and the new Batman in Batman Beyond. So make sure you check this one out. The third book I'm going to recommend to start a collection is Batman Beyond #1. And the fourth book to start your collection, let's go DC and Batman again. This time, let's pick a villain. And I'm going to recommend Batman Vengeance of Bane #1. Now, this is the first appearance, cover, and origin of Bane. Incredible villain. One of my favorites. I was trying to find something DC villain related. This is a little bit more of a, newer book from 1993. Obviously, the DC villains are super old. You're looking at books, like I said, as old as the 40s, 30s even. So those are just beyond most people's price range. But this is a great book here. Batman Vengeance of Bane #1. And Bane was always one of my favorite villains. I especially loved him in Batman the Animated Series. I always thought he was awesome wearing that wrestling mask and using the venom to power up his muscles and fight Batman. So this is the fourth book I'm going to recommend you buy to start your collection, Batman Vengeance of Bane #1. And the fifth and final book I'm going to recommend that you buy to start your 5 comic book collection, one of my favorites of all time, Wolverine #1. Now, this is from November of 1988. This is the premiere issue of Wolverine's first ongoing solo series. And it's also the debut of the black Wolverine costume. And I believe on CGC's label, it says the first appearance of Patch, which is like an alias of Wolverine, where he's wearing this black costume with like the eye patch on his face. Wolverine's one of my favorite characters. Obviously, Hulk 181 and even 180 are super expensive, but all 5 of these books that I'm recommending you can pick up for under $100. And Wolverine #1, you can find this one probably in a low grade for $20. Great Wolverine key issue. It's a #1. He's on the cover, and it also kind of has a first appearance, that first appearance of Patch, that alias of Wolverine. So once again, the 5 books I'm going to recommend to start a collection is The Amazing Spider-Man 361, the first appearance of Carnage, The Amazing Spider-Man 316, that first full cover appearance of Venom, and then Batman Beyond #1, first appearance of Terry McGinnis. Fourth book, Batman Vengeance of Bane #1, the first full cover and origin of Bane. And then the last book, Wolverine #1. that first appearance of Patch, and let me know what top 5 books would you recommend to start a collection. So let's go to our pick of the week, and it was kind of a small week for September the 6th, and the book I'm going to recommend is Poison Ivy 14. We did have a first appearance of a brand new villain. You know, 2 of the other books weren't really first appearances, so I'm going to recommend this, Poison Ivy 14, for the week of September the 6th. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and comment down below which books are you picking up for the week of September the 6th. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next week.